Hi guys, I'm Manya and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. This video is a little different and a sit down video after so long. This is a get ready with me slash catch up video. I realized I didn't do a catch up video. My last catch up video was when I moved here, which is like 7-8 months ago. So it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. And there's so much I want to catch you up on. There's so much I want to tell. There's so much that has happened. This is a new me. I'm kidding. But yeah, there's so much that has happened. So much has changed. And I really want to talk about it. And so I decided that I will get ready here. Just did this simple makeup. I was just stepping out to get coffee. And I thought, why not dress up for it? And then why not catch you up on it? So I just... did this my everyday makeup, and side by side we're just chatting. I'm just chatting about everything under the sun, everything that has been up with my life. And yeah, so it's a long video. It's over an hour now. I think it's almost an hour. So grab something to eat, baby, and I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, if you want to know more about my journey and about what's been up with me, where am I, what's happening in my life, then also there would be some construction noises because there's a building constructing right next to me, but then ignore that. And I really hope that you enjoy the video. Continue watching. All right, this is I think we're doing a sit down video after so long, and this is what I look barefaced. I have tried to have some light setup here, but I'm not sure how well this is working and how well you can see me. But this is the first time this is not like my usual. In fact, I haven't really shot sit down videos since I've moved here, so I'm just trying to figure out what works best. I'm basically on my bed, as you can see, and yeah, I'm gonna start doing my makeup because we have a lot to talk about. And by a lot I mean a lot. I have literally jotted down the things that I'm gonna talk about. So yeah, I've done my skincare as usual. You guys know, before my makeup I need to do my skincare and like load myself with so layers and layers of skincare. And this pimple had to show up. My skin has honestly not been the best. Okay, I'll start doing it and then probably we can just jump into stuff. I am not going to like show you the products, but I'm definitely linking everything down, and you will have the names of the product on the screen as well, because while I'm talking, this video will have a lot of talkings, and while I'm talking I don't want like disturbances. Anyways, so we're gonna begin. And yeah, I'm just doing like a basic my everyday look because I just plan on going out for coffee and just like work at a cafe, because I used to do it. Like, if you follow me, if you've been following me for since the beginning, like since when I was in India, you would know I used to do that a lot. I used to take myself out so much. Since I've moved here, that has definitely changed. Like, it's not, I don't step out as much. I think that is also because of like a lot of reasons. One of them being, at home, when I was at home, I was living with my family, so whenever I needed alone time is when I stepped out, right? But like now I practically live alone, and I have all the alone time in the world. And so that has led to almost, sometimes I go days, if I'm at home for like 2-3 days constantly, I go on for days without like talking to people or without having any sort of human interaction, which I realized a little late that it is important. Like, human interaction is really important, you guys. It is important. So I'm looking here because I have my mirror set here, so I will be looking here a lot while I do my makeup. Alright, so today basically I don't like have a lot of things that I have to do. Majorly I had to just go for a class. I had a lecture, but I missed it because I'm on my period. It's like my second day and I'm not, like, I'm in pain this time. This time my period hasn't been well on me and it's been really painful. So I woke up in the morning, but then I decided to miss class. I don't even remember the last time I wore makeup actually, because yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I wore makeup because I go to uni without, like, I go barefaced. I just do my skincare and apply like a tint, and then when I go to work also I go with like a tint, a lip tint and a cheek tint, because there was a time when I moved here, when I just started working. Okay, so like a little backstory, I am working part-time. So I'm also doing uni and I'm also working part-time in retail with a fashion brand. So that's what I've been doing, and I think it is essential, if you move out you should kind of have some sort of like part-time job to do, because I think it really brings a lot of structure and routine to your life. You learn a lot of things, you learn to be accountable, you learn, like, yeah, you learn a lot of skills. And for me it's also because there's only so much time that I live alone, okay, and sometimes it's like, if I'm not going to uni, then what am I doing at home? Either I'm studying, but then as a master's student the study is not as much, like it's more of practical knowledge. And so I decided to take up a part-time job, and now I'm working part-time and I have been enjoying it. It's like a good human interaction that you have in, say, in the week, and then you get to know more people. You get to know, like, for example, my colleagues that I work with, there's so many things that I learn on an everyday basis, especially because I'm new to the country to get all together and I'm here alone. It's, you learn so much about the country, you learn so much about the people here, you learn so much about different things which I never expected that I would learn at a workplace. But then when you talk to people and you engage and you socialize, I think you tend to kind of grasp on things, and end up like having conversations with those people, which really play a like important role in your journey altogether. So yeah, I took up work, and then, so coming back to the point, I used to do my makeup every day, because 4 days a week I used to work, and then 3 days a week I had uni, so all 7 days were packed. And then that ended up in just wearing makeup every day, because in the beginning I was wearing makeup even at uni. But then eventually I started, then my skin, like, again, if you guys have been following me, you know my skin has never really given me a lot of problem, right? It's always been good. It's always, yeah, it's never really given me like major problems. I never used to break out a lot. I hardly used to break out in like 2 months or 3 months. I'd get like one pimple in 3 months, and that was also only when I was on my period. So I mean, my skin really did not give me a hard time. Also because I think it has a lot to do with what you're eating, if you're eating right, if you're eating on time, if you're sleeping well, or what your routine looks like, which I think I have mixed opinions about my routine and how my eating habits have changed. I definitely think that I have been eating out a lot, not lately, but like in general, initially, also because of course I'm not living at home anymore, and I don't get fresh meals. Every meal is not fresh. Sometimes I cook like a day in advance and then I eat it the next day. So definitely the meals are not like freshly prepared meals like we get at home. Sometimes I really rely on packaged food and already like the food, you know, the food packages that we get, so I rely on those a lot sometimes. And then I'm not eating as many fruits, I'd say, because I really I love fruits, and I used to eat, I would say comparatively, I used to eat a lot of fruits back home. And I think back home वो effort करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी. There's no need to make an effort to like eat these things. It's just very automatic because you are not the one taking care of your food. Your parents or your mom or your, you know, someone at home is taking care of your food and what you eat in the day. So we don't realize that we're getting the required nutrients and we're getting everything that we need for the body automatically. We don't realize that. But when you move here, like for example, eating dry fruits, back home my dad every morning he used to like give us dry fruits, and I didn't, I mean, as kids you don't really care about it because you just feel like that's a part of your everyday routine. That's, and you don't have to worry about it because it doesn't even occur to you in your mind that you have to eat it because it's just so automatic in your routine. And other people, there's dependency on other people for things like that, and because they take care of you, you don't have to take care of yourself and you don't have to think about all of this. But like now, I don't even remember the last time, I hope my mom and dad are not watching this, but then I don't remember the last time I actually had dry fruits, you know. And fruits, dry fruits, vegetables, everything in, I mean, also because I used to eat at home mostly back home, so my diet was pretty much balanced. It was not that bad. And then automatically there was milk intake, there was, so food, it's like a major change, okay, from what it was. And then of course responsibilities, work, stress, everything. And so since I've moved here, my skin has not been the best. Like initially it was fine, initially it was really good, I wouldn't lie, it was doing fine. But then eventually I started getting breakouts, and now I do get breakouts every now and then. Like breakouts are normal for me now, which was not the case back home. And I think I also think makeup, like I thought that maybe because, so back home whenever I did my makeup, I made sure that after I remove my makeup, I'm doing like a proper skincare routine and, you know, following my skincare very nicely and every time I'm doing it. But then now I'm so exhausted because I started wearing makeup every day. I'm so exhausted by the end of the day that I just remove my makeup, wash my face, never do proper skincare, and I like go to sleep, which is, I know, what the worst thing that I can do for my skin. But it's so difficult to maintain everything, take care of yourself, and then also, I mean, I think it's just the beginning for me, so it's a little difficult. It's even more difficult now. Eventually, if I get used to it, yes, I am still, like, it's been 8 months, but to regulate everything, it takes time. Okay, now I can say I know how to clean, how to manage my food, how to like maintain my laundry, how to maintain my work schedule, also have personal time, and then also have time to study for uni. So I know how to maintain all of that. But then small things like making sure I eat on time, making sure I have like all kinds of food and I have a balanced diet, and then making sure I do my skincare every day. So it's just, I think it's a process. It takes a while. It's not something that I can do within 6 months. So I'm getting into it. I am getting into it, and I'm not fully done, but I think I will reach it. So yeah, I sometimes skip doing my skincare because I was so tired. But and that actually resulted in bad skin, and now I have breakouts almost every second day. And then I realized maybe it's because I'm not doing, you know, my skincare properly, and that I should. So I stopped doing makeup altogether. Like, I stopped doing makeup. Even when I go to work now, I don't do my makeup. Even when I go to uni, I don't do my makeup. I stopped doing my makeup because it was getting very difficult for me to manage everything, I think, and at the same time also manage skin. So I love this blush, guys. This is the Rare Beauty blush, and this is the best thing in the world. Anyways, so I was not able to manage also doing my skincare. It, at the end of the night, it just was another responsibility, which I think I just got lazy and I was not able to. Although I love doing my skincare, I love doing my makeup, but when you have other things to cater to, you just feel, I mean, things like this take a back seat, which is very, very normal, I think, in life. So yeah, because that I stopped doing makeup, and so now मैंने 15 मिनट बोला है सिर्फ ये बताने के लिए कि मैं मेकअप रेगुलरली क्यों नहीं कर रही हूँ एंड मेरी स्किन का क्या हाल है. That's how important makeup and skincare is for me, guys. So yeah, that's been up. I'm almost, not almost ending, but then yeah, in September my program that I'm doing gets, like, I get done with it. So I don't know how I feel about that, because then it's more of like adulting, and then for that I have a different things to bother about, that I have to start looking for a job. Then my lease on this house ends in August, and getting a house in this city it's so difficult. So I have to start looking for a house in May already. So it's just a lot, and the stress, you know, I feel as soon as I got comfortable with the whole idea of like managing my life alone. It's already 7 months into, and then now I have to plan to do like more adulting stuff, which I'm enjoying. I'm not complaining, but then it's a lot of stress. I have to admit that it is a lot of stress, but we're smiling through it, and I love it. And yeah, I also realized I've never really talked about how I felt when I moved initially. The initial time when I moved to London was not the best. Yeah, so like everyone, it was not the most seamless move. It was not easy, definitely. Everyone says and talks about how moving abroad is like easy, and it requires a lot of, like, it's basically moving your life from one country to another. It's like just stepping out of your comfort zone. Being out of your comfort zone requires a lot of courage, I just say it's true, and I knew, because of course we hear all of this all the time. We hear people talking about it, we hear people say, and we try to empathize with them, and we try to understand. But I will just say, for someone who knew, like, I of course, I mean, when I'm moving abroad, I knew it would be difficult, but then I never thought it would be so difficult, and I never anticipated what it would have in store for me. I just think you have to kind of get that experience once in life to know how it actually feels, because no one, even your parents, they don't understand, because they're not there and you are there. So how much ever someone can, you know, empathize, which they try. I mean, of course my parents try to empathize with me. No, actually that's another story. I never really showed my family or anyone back home that I was having a hard time, because that's just me. Whenever I'm struggling with something, or I'm upset, or I'm sad, I don't tell anyone. I don't let it show. That's just my, except for my therapist, no one knows that I'm going through something. But yeah, initial time was rough, especially because I moved here in September, and then October end or November beginning was Diwali. Yeah, October end was Diwali. So I was Diwali was really disturbing. Also because I have this ritual where I always every year threw a Diwali party for my friends and family. And my family, like, we really get together a lot during Diwali, and it's like a big, of course it's a big festival being an Indian for everyone, but for me it was even worse because I was so used to being surrounded with friends and family during Diwali, and that didn't happen this year, last year. So I was really sad that time. I remember on Diwali day also, that time I worked with Zara in their store, and I remember I had my like, it was a working day for me. Like, Diwali day actually was a working day, because of course you don't get an off here, right? So Diwali day was actually working day for me, and I was so upset about it. I cried in the middle of my shift. But yeah, it was not, I was not okay. It was very difficult for me. But then I decided that I will go home in, when did I go home? In December. You guys must have seen the vlogs. I went home to visit my family. Also that time my best friend was leaving for Canada, so I had to see him. I saw him. It was a great 1 month. Me and my family, we went for a little vacation to Goa, and it was just, yeah, I think it was the perfect recharge that I needed. And then I didn't anticipate that the second time will be even harder. But the second time, like, I didn't cry a lot first time. Like, even at the airport I was fine. When my friends and family dropped me, like initially when I came here for the first time, but the second time was even harder. I just thought second time would be easier, but no, the second time was even harder, and I was even more miserable after that. But I mean, it's part of life, and I got myself together and I was fine. I did fine. I was fine within like 3 days of being here. I was okay. Then I actually, when I went home in December, I started working on a passion project that I'm still working on, and it will be out very soon. It's launching. Yeah, it's launching, so think about whatever you want to, but then whatever it is, think about it, make guesses in the comments. I don't know, but yeah, it is something that is launching. At least I've said that. And so I started working on that passion project when I went home in December, but I couldn't, and I was planning to, like, of course, work on it from like here when I came back, and I was working it, so December, January, February, March, 3 months I worked on it from here. But then due to some official reasons and like some work that I was not able to like carry out from here for some stuff, I had to go back home. And so when in April, first 2 weeks were basically my spring break here from uni, so I just had 2 weeks that I could use to go home. And this time it was honestly, I didn't really want to go home because I was missing home, because I think by that time I was just used to, you know, living alone and living by myself. And I actually started enjoying, like, second time when I came here, actually started enjoying living alone, and I started enjoying living here by myself. And by that I mean I actually started, like, nothing much. I just started, like, doing little things, like going out for to get coffee for myself, going out to just for a walk in the morning, having a routine, waking up on time, because I had started working on this passion project, so I had something to look forward to every morning. I loved waking up early morning. I was having the time of, like, those 2-3 months were, I mean, anyone would, whoever asked me how you were doing, I think I was happy. And so I started enjoying living alone, you know, in those 2-3 months. So I didn't really feel like going home. So April came and I didn't really feel like it was not like, oh, I'm missing home, I want to go home. It was not like that at all. However, work called for it. I had to, like, I literally had no option. Yeah, because I had work, I had to go home. So I took the 15-day leave and I went back home again. So this was like the second time in the past 6 months. And yeah, my trip back home was actually really busy. I vlogged some parts of it, and they're not up yet. I'm trying my best to also, just something in between, just a reference. I had an editor on board who used to edit my videos when I moved here, because I, of course, hardly had time with the job and uni and stuff. But, like, my editor had to leave, so now I have videos shot from February which haven't been posted yet, and it's 4th of May today. So I have a lot of backlog when it comes to YouTube, but I will talk about that as well. And yeah, so I have, like, I shot a vlog when I was back home that hasn't been edited yet, of course, but I've been trying my best to, like, catch up on it. I have 3 videos shot. This is the 4th one, and I don't know when these are going up, but I just have shot and I'm trying my best to, like, cope up with edits. Anyways, so time back home was fun. I had a lot of fun and also got, like, all my work done, whatever work I went there for. And yeah, then I came back here, and now it's just been like 20 days since I'm back, but it feels like it's been a year already because I've been keeping so busy. I have my uni submissions going on, and we're almost so close to the launch, which is literally stressing me out so much every day because I have so much on my plate. And then in March and April, I definitely had stuff to do with me. I mean, of course, I was, like, working on the launch, but then I definitely had stuff to do. But March and April were really bad for me mentally. I was going through a lot of stuff personally with friends, and that affected me more than it should have, I think, to the point that it became difficult for me to again get out of bed, to do basic stuff for myself. According to me, I was going so well for January and February and till mid-March. I was doing so well. I was so happy with my routine. I was so happy with how my life looked like. But then around mid-March, things again went south. And I was not okay. I was not okay up until I would want to say April 20th. I remember the date just because I do. and around that date, yeah, I would want to say 15th or 20th April, I was not, I mean, I was struggling, but then eventually I think now I'm better, but it still bothers me sometimes, and I'm trying to now actively make efforts. Like right now I'm literally just getting ready. If ideally in like the normal world I would not get ready to go out for coffee, I would just like not do my makeup and whatever, but then now, yeah, this is what it is looking like. And I think the worst part for me is that I don't like to show it to people that I'm, especially my family. I really hope they're not watching this, but like I know they are. But yeah, I don't share stuff with anyone. I try to, because I want to deal with it on my own. And so even when I went back home, the worst part was, I think, that I was at home, I was around like my friends and family, but I had to act like nothing's happened and I'm absolutely normal. I think that's the that was one thing that was really difficult for me to do, but somehow we did well. And then when I was in India, I had a great time, although it was a very hectic trip, but I think I enjoyed myself a lot. And then before I knew, it was just time to come back, because I just went there for 2 weeks. And then I came back and I realized while I was back home that I actually missed living by myself. And I think that was an opening eye for me, because the first time I went home, I came back so homesick. But like the second time, I missed my life here. I missed living alone. And so yeah, I think that was like the opening eye for me, that okay, you love to live there and have a life alone, so yeah, since then I have just been very busy because I took off from work, so I have to be regular at work, and then uni submissions, and then again, as I said, we're so close to the launch. There's so much stuff that's happening, and on top of that, I had my mental stuff that I had to take care of. I had to take care of myself in the middle of everything, and the most tough part was showing up every day, because I committed to working on this project back in December, and just because things went south for me in my personal life, I cannot just decide to not show up at work. I cannot just decide one day that okay, today I'm not feeling it, I don't feel like getting out of bed, so I'm not gonna attend my work calls, or I'm not gonna answer my work calls, or I'm not gonna work at all. I cannot. I think the one important thing which I've learned, I think, very early on, as someone who has something of their own, it is that like, if for example, if it's a job, if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling going, you could just call in sick, you could have like just not go. But like if it's your own thing, like it's your own baby, like the brand is your own baby, and whatever you're doing, and you have to show up, because you are no more answerable to people, but there are people who are answerable to you, and it's your job to be there for them. It's your job to make sure I just don't know how to explain it, but I just want to say that it's one thing that I learned is that I have to show up no matter what. I have to show up no matter whatever I'm going through personally. I cannot let it show to I anyways don't show it to like my friends or family. So I ate that, and B, professionally, I cannot just not come to work or like just ignore everyone and be in bed and like not do anything. That's not possible. So I think that's something I learned majorly in April, that irrespective of what is going on in your life personally, you have to have that face on, that smiling face on, and just show up professionally. And yeah, I think I'm really proud of myself for how I am tackling everything, and I'm showing up every day. And yeah, the past month has been rough. Like, I don't know if I will be posting this, to be honest, because there's so many people who watch this, and I don't know if I want to be. I mean, I'm sharing it, yes, but it's very difficult for me to be vulnerable, and that's what I never thought this video would take that turn. But yeah, I remember, so I do journaling, right? You must have seen my videos. I journal a lot, and I do like, so I used to write in my gratitude journal. There was a prompt in the gratitude journal that said, what do you look forward to today? And for months, I think starting January this year, yeah, starting January, I just wrote one thing, that I don't want to cry today and I want to be happy. And I wrote it every day for months. And I don't know how I managed to cope up with myself and manage to just show up still every day. But like, now when I look back, I think I'm really, really proud. And I think I'm really proud of myself. Anyways, so I think I don't want to talk about sad things anymore. Let's just talk about more fun things. The time since I've been back, which is mid of April, I don't know what is into me. There was this sudden realization to me, I think probably 10-15 days ago, which was, I am literally living in the city of my dreams. And when I tell you, of course, since I said that since January I was not doing okay, since January I was literally in my bed and in my room. So my uni, my work, and my room is the only three things that I did, and only three places that I visited, all for these 3 months. And I living in London, living in the fucking sorry I'm saying this, but living in the city of my dreams. That was all I was doing. And now there was a sudden realization like 10-15 days ago, that what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, I'm literally living here and I'm not making the most of it. So now I have started going out more often. I've started meeting people more often. I've started being up for new experiences. Like the other day, a friend of mine wanted me to go to the Post Malone concert that's happening this weekend in London, and she asked me to go, I think about a month ago. I said no, because of course, no, I think this was back in February when she asked me to go. I said no, because of course I was in my shell that time. And the other day I literally told her I wish there were tickets available, because I would love to go. And that came from me, a person who has never been to any concert in her life. But, and yeah, so oh, by the way, Jay Shetty is coming. Jay Shetty is coming to London in end of May, and I am going for his book tour. I'm going to see him, and I'm going to see him speak, and I'm so excited about it. He's been one person whose books, like, I remember when I So I went through a breakup in 2021, and that breakup was not the best for my mental health at all. It took a toll on my mental health. It took, like, to the point that I lost my appetite for a month almost, and yeah, it was just bad. It was not okay, and that led me to therapy. That's when I started therapy. I don't think I've talked about it ever here, because of course I have family watching, and I never had the courage to like talk about this openly. But I don't think I mean, I think now at this point in my life I'm ready to just accept how my life has been. So yeah, I went through a breakup in 2021, and that breakup was shattering. Like, it was bad. I lost my appetite for a month easily, yes. And then I lost touch with my social circle. I took a lot of time in moving on. I started therapy because of the breakup, and yeah, that's the time I actually started reading Jay Shetty's books. The first book that I read was Think Like a Monk, and I will insert a picture of the book here. It's an amazing book, and that's the first time I actually like read stuff that he wrote, and I think I really liked it, and I really enjoyed it. And after that, his new book launched this January, which is 8 Rules of Love, and I think I ordered that book. I pre-ordered that book, and now I'm reading that. Like, I'm in the process of reading that now, and I think it's so far it's an amazing book. And he's on a world tour for that book launch, 8 Rules of Love. So I'm really excited for Jay Shetty. He comes on 23rd May. I'm definitely gonna do like a sit down, get ready with me, and I will talk all about how it was, because I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. And what else? I think I've also, like, a part of me really feels that I've grown a lot as a person, and of course we've literally seen people talk about growth and how moving abroad and like living by yourself contributes to your growth, and like there's so many things you learn. And I think I've started to realize this finally 7-8 months after that, and I would love to talk about it. I would love to talk about it in a different video, things I learned after moving abroad. I think it'll be a great video, but like this video is already 40 minutes, so I'm not gonna touch up on that. But yeah, my birthday is talking about YouTube first. I have, as I said, my editor left, and after that things went south. I haven't been posting as much, although I would love to. I love doing YouTube. I think it's not anymore related to anything else but just my happiness and just how good I feel when I sit in front of the camera like this and I just talk about how my life is, what products I use, what I've been up to. And I think being an introverts like me and people like me who fucking love to stay alone and love to like be by themselves and spend their time alone, they would relate. We just want to speak. We want to speak a lot, and it's usually not with people, because of course we don't really get along with people that much, and we love staying alone. So talking to the camera is just like therapy. It's like while I talked about my life in the last 7 months that I've spent here to you in this 40 minutes, it was like a tape that kind of took me back to how it was. And it's an amazing feeling. More than the amazing feeling, I think it's a lot to do with, wait, I need to sharpen this. Yeah, so I don't know about people, but all I know is that talking to the camera is like therapy. It's like just speaking my heart out, just also kind of introspecting how life has been and what I can do. It's just a lot of things, but yeah, it just gives me happiness. I think vlogging and just like being in front of the camera, it gives me so much happiness. And it's the most cliche thing that you would hear from any YouTuber. I think every YouTuber says this, but I don't know how to explain the feeling. It's amazing. It's a liberating feeling. You feel like the main character also, I won't lie. But yeah, wait, I have to do this first. Yeah, so basically I just love being in front of the camera, and I love to speak, talk about my day, talk about what I'm doing, what I'm up to in life, and everything under the sun. I think it's just a really nice feeling. And when you actually hear people, like when I meet people in person also, and when I meet people, like when I see your comments and your DMs, which I know I don't have like a huge number, but whatever number I have, I still get comments and I still get DMs, and they're so sweet. It just feels really nice to connect with people on a different level. And also I think the major thing that is even more satisfying is when people connect with you, and when people learn something from you, or when people appreciate you for opening up so much and giving them a hope. All of this, you don't know how your whatever you're doing is impacting someone's life. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful feeling. And so I don't think whatever I do in my life, I will never stop doing YouTube. Even if it doesn't grow, even if it grows, even if I'm not getting views, I'm not getting response, I don't know, even if I'm not being able to be regular, like right now I know I'm not regular, but still I love doing it irrespective of anything, no expectations, but just doing it out of love. I think I'm never going to stop doing it ever. So yeah, that's where I am when it comes to YouTube. But having said that, I'm still trying to, since I have so much content, like I have videos that I shot in Feb, and it's May, and I haven't like edited or uploaded it, which is like, I know I have to be responsible enough to do this, and I will do it. And yeah, talking about my birthday, so it was my mom's birthday like 3 days ago, and this was the first time I was not with my mom or my family on their birthday. It will be my dad's birthday in June. It was my Masi's birthday in March, and all of these people I love, and I missed everyone's birthday, which again was not, like, I didn't feel the best after doing it. When you're living away from home, that's not the best feeling, to miss events like that, but it's just the price that you pay. And so finally now it's my birthday, and for the first time in 23 years of my existence, I will not have my friends around me, I will not have my family around me, I will not have my little munch, my little baby, my little sister around me. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about spending my birthday alone. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult, definitely, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But the one thing that I know is that I will do it. And because honestly, a part of me also wants to experience how it feels to spend a birthday away from home, but I'm still really nervous also because I've never done it before. So yeah, I am that is the reason I'm planning to travel around my birthday. But again, applying for visas from a country you don't live in, like which is not your home country, I think it's such a tedious process. So I'm just in the process of figuring out. I've applied for I really want to travel Europe, and a Europe trip around my birthday would be an amazing idea, but it all depends on if I get a visa or not. And I've also applied for a couple of more visas around the world, just because I want my birthday trip to be nice. But if nothing works out, then I don't know, I'll see what I have in mind. But I'm not very sure as to what my birthday is gonna look like. And it's been 3 years of me on YouTube, and today that I film it, 4th of May, 4th of May was the date when I posted my first ever video on YouTube. I think it was 4th or 5th of May. Yeah, I had posted my first ever YouTube video back then in 2020, and I have always been excited about my birthday all these years. If you've seen me, you know that I've always been excited about my birthday, always. Like so I'm also excited about my birthday this year, but we'll see what life has planned for us. You must have questions about the amount of setting spray I put on me, but that's how my makeup looks good. This is like nothing. I put even more, and I end with this. So that's another story. I think when I do a makeup tutorial and when I do a makeup video, I will kind of take you through the science of doing this and the science of everything that I do in my makeup. But that's not the concern right now. The concern is that my birthday trip has to be planned. Anyways, I am gonna change quickly and be right back. Hello, I'm all changed, and I will just wear my jacket now on top of this and leave. But this is the final result. I mean, this is just my everyday makeup, so there's nothing much that I've done. But I really hope that this catch up was I mean, I definitely know the catch up was long due, but I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, then don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I am really hoping to be here more often, and I'm really hoping to just have fun on YouTube more often and do such more videos. I have so much to talk about. I have so much that I've learned. I think in the past so many years of having therapy, breaking up from a long-term relationship, then moving to a new country, there's so much that I have to give. I think you learn the best from your experiences, and I literally have so much that I can talk about and I want to talk about. But for that, you guys have to let me know that you like such videos and you like to talk to me like this, and for that, drop in a comment and I will be really happy to do more such videos for you. And yeah, that's about it. All products that I use will be in the description box below. Don't forget to check them out, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.